Episode 4, Season 3 of White Lotus came on last night. Let's talk about it. Right off the bat, these ladies were not having a good episode. They didn't have a fun time. The episode starts off with Jacqueline trying to reach her partner who is not answering his phone. Her relationship might not be so great as she makes it appear to her friends. So she meets up with the girls and is like, let's go out, let's go have fun, let's do something. So they ask the hot masseuse guy to recommend where they should go for the day, and he sends them to some interesting places. First he sends them to a resort that mainly has just retirees there, and they soon realize oh, there's just a bunch of really elderly people here. So I don't know how he feels about these three women, and maybe he thinks they're older than they really are because he sent them there. I don't know. Then he leaves them to fend for themselves in the street while there's a water fight going on, and they are harassed by a bunch of little kids. That's worst nightmare material. So they take refuge in this convenience store. But it looks like their night is gonna pick up because they meet up with him and two of his other friends. I don't know what kind of shady business they're gonna get into the next episode, but I hope they're all safe. I don't know. The Ratliff family arrives on the yacht, on Gary's yacht for the party. Several things are going on in this family during this episode. Piper tells her younger brother, hey, I'm gonna tell mom and dad that I'm gonna be staying here for a year. I need your moral support. But homeboy is getting pressured by the older brother just to party, hit on girls on the yacht, and be a carbon copy of himself. And he's starting to kind of waver from the nice boy that we viewed him as at the beginning and turning into another version of this guy who is not a real winner. Then you have poor Victoria, who's about to go through a withdrawal because her pills are gone because Mr. Timothy over there has taken a lot of them to help with the stress of what's happening. I'm real worried for Mr. Ratliff because it's not looking good for him. He gets on the phone, talks to some people, and he learns hey, yeah, you're gonna go to prison. You're most likely going to go to prison. You have to plead guilty. There's not really a way out of this. At the end of this episode, he ends up stealing Gator's gun. Gator is given a gun at the beginning of the episode because the robbers got through into the hotel. So his boss is yeah, we're going to have this now. I want you to practice. I want you to be ready. We can't let anyone else get into this hotel to make us look bad. But unfortunately for him, he gets distracted, leaves the gun out, and Mr. Ratliff finds it, and I'm worried about his mental health because it looks like he's going to try to use it on himself the following episode. I don't know, and I also feel bad for Gator because he's just trying to get through the day. I'm interested to see what kind of chaos comes after Victoria, starts going into some crazy withdrawal because she doesn't have her pills. Belinda's doing a deep dive into the true crime situation with Tanya. She Googles Greg and finds out all the shady business that's been going on, and they share a moment. They share a eye contact later on, and I'm worried for her because we see Greg kind of Googling her name, finding a picture of her with her son. I think he's gathering intel. I think he knows that she's on to him, so I'm very concerned for her safety. I'm really, really hoping Greg gets his in the end of the season, but I really hope she doesn't get hurt in the process. I'm scared for Belinda. It looks like Greg is zeroing in on what's going on. I'm especially worried for this couple. So he does kind of let her know why he's leaving, what his motive is. It seems like he's gonna go confront the man that killed his father. She's I don't feel good about this. I don't feel good about it. Don't leave. But he ends up leaving, and so she's still on the yacht partying with people. I hope that she's safe. I can see something terrible happening to Chelsea just because she's so nice. I'm really hoping Rick is okay as well because I've kind of grown to like Rick. I really like their dynamic. I like them as a couple. I hope they both survive this situation, but I don't know what's going to happen. I just hope karma doesn't happen to where he does something stupid and then she pays the price somehow. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just worried about them. So I have 4 characters that I hope nothing terrible happens to. Gator, Belinda, Victoria, and Chelsea. Those are the people I don't want anything to happen to. It looks like next week's episode is gonna get kind of crazy. Very interested to see how this season plays out. I'm really enjoying it so far. Who are your favorite characters and who do you hope survives this season?